Hello everyone. Today I'm here to discuss the trend and discuss the way or the approach you should adopt for covering your history or history section for your upcoming prelims. So we need to first study the trend ki what UPSC wants you to study, want you to focus upon, and then we will see how you should learn those things and in what way you can remember those things for a longer period of time. Because वही है कि fact the syllabus is so huge that you need to find some ways, some tricks so that you can remember those informations, those facts, those important areas and for a longer period of time and can attempt your question or do the question in the right manner in your examination. So both these things we will be covering in this lecture. So let's start with the first thing, that is your trend. First thing, that is your trend. ट्रेंड में अगर देखें तो आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट योर हिस्ट्री सेक्शन ओनली. हिस्ट्री सेक्शन तो कितने क्वेश्चन आते हैं? अप्रोक्सीमेटली 20 क्वेश्चंस तो आ रहे हैं ना. अप्रोक्सीमेटली 20 क्वेश्चंस वी गेट फ्रॉम दिस सेक्शन ऑफ हिस्ट्री ओनली. मतलब लगभग अप्रोक्सीमेटली 20% ऑफ योर होल ऑफ योर यूपीएससी प्रीलिम्स इज थ्रू दिस और इज कवर्ड थ्रू दिस सेक्शन ऑफ हिस्ट्री. एंड वो 17 से 22 तक दिस वेरिएशन वी हैव सीन इन द प्रीवियस ईयर पेपर्स ऑफ योर यूपीएससी. But we need to see that this history is not a unified section. Rather than history should be divided into subparts like your ancient, medieval, then you have your modern India, and then art and culture. These 4 subparts or subsections make your complete history, and we need to see what is the nature of the changing dynamics of the nature of questions which have been asked from these subsections. कौन सा section ज़्यादा important हो रहा है in this recent trend of UPSC? All that we need to see first. So we will find कि ancient and medieval section, which was earlier, say 3 or 4 years back, this section was not that much important for your prelims. 2017 तक 16 तक that was not very important section for your prelims. Most of the students used to leave this, but that mistake of leaving ancient and medieval section cannot be made at this juncture of time, because in this recent trend the ancient and medieval section have acquired a very prominent place in your preparation. ठीक है? And at the same time, when I'm saying कि this section has acquired a prominence in your preparation, but at the same time you will find कि ऐसा नहीं है कि only reading NCERT will help you. Please mark these words. Only reading NCERT won't help you in doing all the questions which are asked in your UPSC prelims. So the question, if you see the recent trend, you will find that the nature of questions which have been put forward or asked has come from standard books. Standard books like your Upinder Singh, like your A.L. Basham's book, Art and Culture में. We need to cover that. In your modern India also, we have found that standard books like your Plassey to Partition by Shekhar Bandyopadhyay, Plassey to Partition and After, that has been, the question has been asked from this Plassey to Partition and After. So, first thing, number of questions बढ़ रहे हैं. At the same time, the nature, the depth, the analytical skill which you required for attempting those questions is also very deep. Means you need to study from standard books, but ये possible नहीं. I cannot ask and I won't ask my student to read these 3 standard books which are actually read by the optional students. These are the books which are core history optional books. I won't ask my GS students to read it. Then how to cover this, how to bring this in your preparation, that work, that job is of ours. Me as a faculty, me as a this part of this guidance team, we have done this work for you and brought all the important aspects which are required for your upcoming prelims from this ancient, medieval, as well as modern section or art and culture section from the standard books into your prelims platinum notes and your videos, prelims platinum videos. ठीक है? So these two things, trend and trend pe based, we have tried to bring you a very innovative as well as a very relevant program for you for this upcoming prelims, and this will help you in covering these standard books which actually requires at least 3 months each, 2 to 3 months each for reading this. Okay, so we have brought everything for you through through this program of your prelims platinum notes and videos. Now एंशियंट मिडिवल के क्वेश्चंस बढ़ रहे हैं, ये एक चीज देखी, नेचर ऑफ क्वेश्चन देख लिया. आर्ट एंड कल्चर में भी we need to see, I've already given you the example, like books like that of A.L. Basham, that need to be covered because some questions have been asked from there also. उसके अलावा NCERT, तो definitely NCERT is a good read. Some questions are definitely asked from that book, I'm not denying that, but yes, not holistic. The NCERT's topics are, or the topics which are covered in NCERT, the in-depth analysis of each topic is not done. ठीक है? So that need to be done through our notes, through our lectures. ये चीज हो गई. Now what about I would say modern India. Modern India, maybe you will find that conventional type of questions which used to come earlier, that have means the number of conventional questions have decreased. Conventional, when I say conventional, I mean to say that the areas from where the questions were put forward or questions were asked. Post 1857 till your 1947, primarily your Indian national movement. वहां से number of questions decrease हो रहे हैं. If you see the recent trend says कि number of questions from the period of 1757 to 1857 वो बढ़ रहा है. So आपको फोकस करना है उस पे भी. That you need to take care, and that we are doing, that we are focusing upon through our notes and through our lectures. उसके अलावा one more thing, when I am saying ancient and medieval, एक एक करके अगर देख रहे हैं, ancient and medieval में one more thing is there, that the political history which earlier used to be very means say 3 or 4 years back, this section was not important for your exam. We used to ask a student कि ठीक है इससे कम पढ़ना है, just read the NCERT and that will be enough. But recent trend again shows कि you need to study the political history of India also, and specifically from which period? The period of early medieval, because ये पोस्ट गुप्तास के बाद नॉर्थ इंडिया में क्या हो रहा है. कपल ऑफ इयर्स बैक 20 और लास्ट ईयर 2021 में क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि इन योर 7th century सी विच ऑफ द किंगडम्स रूल्ड इन योर नॉर्थ इंडिया. You had this kind of question. उससे एक साल पहले और 2019 में one question was asked for arranging those dynasties of early medieval period in your chronological manner. So these questions were asked. These are basic questions, I'm not denying that, but at the same time these are asked from that section which normally students neglect. So please don't do that. Revise these political section also, and we are doing that. We are giving those things in your PPN also. ये तो हो गया. So ancient, medieval, art and culture, modern, all of the things, the important aspects are being covered. The trend, according to, based on that trend of UPSC, we have chosen few important topics. Approximately for the whole of your PPN, approximately 250 topics have been chosen, and those things have been covered very comprehensively for you, so that if any question come from that section, you won't be able to, or you won't leave that question. You will easily mark the answer correctly. So that thing is done through your PPN and your videos, prelims platinum videos. इसके अलावा एक चीज और आती है, ये तो एक ट्रेंड की बात हुई, एंड हाउ दिस ट्रेंड थ्रू हाउ दिस ट्रेंड इज बीइंग incorporated in our notes, in our videos, which will help you in preparing for the upcoming prelims. The second thing which I want you to focus upon is preparation में क्या important होता है. Preparation में we are not researchers ना, so we are not doing any research कि हाँ field में जाके, we are not excavators, we are not researchers, but what we are doing, you can say bringing all the available things to you in a very structured manner, so that you can remember those facts, you can remember those informations for a longer period of time. Say for example, एक example के respect में बात करते हैं. Say for example, preparation कैसे होनी चाहिए? तो it should be in a structured manner, so that you can remember, you can retain the information for longer period of time. Say for example, बहुत prominent example होगा, and this topic which I am giving you example is very complex topic. The philosophies of, you can say, Hinduism, as well as your philosophies of योर आस्तिक एंड नास्तिक बोथ. आस्तिक में आपका हिंदुइज्म आ गया, वैदिक बेस्ड फिलोसफीज हो गए, एंड नास्तिक में दोज हेटेरोडॉक्स सेक्ट्स और द फिलोसफीज ऑफ बुद्धिज्म, जैनिज्म, चरवाक एंड अदर्स. सो दोज ऑल दीज फिलोसफीज, इफ यू read it without any structure na, I am pretty sure you won't be able to remember the facts in your examination, और वहां confusion होगा कि कौन सा पॉइंट सही है, कौन सा पॉइंट गलत है. But if you will do it in a structured manner, say philosophies का ultimate aim क्या होता है? Salvation. Every philosophy talked about salvation ना. So पहला point for every philosophy you should think about कि what is the way of salvation, how we can attain salvation. हर philosophy ने बात की है इसकी. So salvation के लिए, say for example, बुद्धिज्म क्या कहता है? बुद्धिज्म, then Jainism, then you can say Vedant, then Vedant में भी there is Dvait and Advait. There is a difference ना. So all that, सबने क्या क्या बातें की हैं salvation के बारे में, you should know. First point. Second point, what is their view about God? View on God. This you must know. Say Buddhism, Gautam Buddha was silent on God, whereas Mahavir said कि God exists, but he is not the creator of universe. Fine. ऐसे ही, तो you should know the viewpoints related to this existence of God and all. Then origin of universe. Origin of universe क्या है? So if you divide these philosophies under these subheadings ना, then you can remember these things. और वहां पे comparison करना आसान होता है. You can expect a question like say वैशेषिका और जैनिज्म के बीच में comparison आ जाए. Comparison in the sense कि you get a statement that you say regarding this universe, the viewpoint of Vaisheshika and a creation of this universe, viewpoint of Jainism and Vaisheshika is same. So that kind of thing can be asked, and you can compare them only when you have a proper structured, if you have read it in a structured way. ये कैसे हो रहा है? So we are, of course, books में वो इस structure में नहीं दिया हुआ है. We are doing it for you through our notes and videos. I'm just giving one example, a very complex topic I have covered, and all the complex topics जितने भी हैं history section से, I have prepared videos on those complex topics. कुछ topics ऐसे होंगे जिसमें वीडियो की जरूरत नहीं होगी, they are very factuals, and जैसे like INC sessions, उस पर अलग से वीडियो बनाने का कोई मतलब नहीं है. So all the complex topics will be taken through the videos. वहाँ जो भी confusion है, that will be taken care of. And after watching the videos and covering your notes, your PPN notes, you won't face any problem in your examination in those topics. I'm pretty sure. ठीक है, तो ये एक तो सबसे पहली बात हुई कि how you should study in a structured manner. Second aspect of how you should study, you should practice question. प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चन में क्या होता है? एक तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड फॉर हिस्ट्री आई एम सेइंग दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट सेक्शन, PYQ, previous year questions which have been asked by UPSC in history section. It should be on your tips. it should be on your tips. So PYQ practice करना ही करना है. After covering each topic, you need to practice the previous year question. You need to see कि did I miss something in while reading the topic? That thing you need to add in your notes after covering this PYQ. ठीक है. दूसरी चीज you need to cover apart from PYQ. You need to attempt tests होंगे because tests will bring you or will give you the feel of your examination. So that 2-hour test you should give, and through this program, in this program itself, we are giving you 15 tests. This PPN and PPV prelims platinum videos के program में you are given 15 test जो exam simulation है, and very similar questions. We try to maintain that level which UPSC brings to you or wants you to practice, prepare, and that will be done through these 15 tests. So never neglect tests also, because tests क्या है? Test एक तो सबसे पहली चीज कि test is a practical, you can say, practical of all the things which you have studied in theory. सबसे पहली चीज अपना टेस्ट है, अपने इवैल्यूएशन कर रहे हो. एट द सेकेंड टाइम और ऑन द अदर हैंड, दीज टेस्ट्स विल bring a new dimension of any topic to you. It might be a possibility you have studied a topic of Buddhism in totality, but then also you missed one section. You have read this book, you have read the notes, but then also you missed the section of, say, one aspect which you didn't thought of while reading the book, but by getting the question from that section, you will feel कि हाँ ऐसे भी पूछा जा सकता है, that kind of thing. And that broadening of dimensions of any topic is done through tests, and therefore these tests are important. So PYQ and these 15 tests which are being given to you through this PPN, in this PPN program, will help you to cover this whole prelims syllabus in a very timely manner, in a very organized manner, and in a very at the same time in a very comprehensive manner. Fine. And this is how you should approach your history. सबसे पहले ट्रेंड का एनालिसिस आई हैव गिवन. ट्रेंड के बारे में जब जान लिया कि yes, these sections are important, like ancient, medieval, you cannot neglect it. I'm again repeating, you cannot neglect it. You need to cover it. Then modern में the period of 1757 to 1857 also holds an important place in your preparation. Please don't neglect it. So these sections you need to focus upon. उसके अलावा अदर सेक्शंस नॉर्मल तो है ही, वो सारी चीजें हैं, बट ये चीजें नॉर्मली द स्टूडेंट्स निग्लेक्ट, वो नहीं करना है. उसके अलावा आफ्टर दिस ट्रेंड वी हैव सीन दैट सम इंपॉर्टेंट एंड कॉम्प्लेक्स टॉपिक्स हैव बीन चूजन बाय अस for you guys, and on those topics I will bring the videos for you so that those things can be prepared in a very structured manner. I have given one example of your philosophies and all, like Buddhism, Jainism, and other, you can say, 6 orthodox philosophies of Hinduism. All of that will be covered or will be brought to you through this Prelims Platinum program. And at last, इन सबको करने के बाद क्या करना है? Question practice, previous year questions, and your 15 tests. And when you do all this, then I'm sure you will be able to attempt at least 75 to 80% question of your history. And वही चाहिए अल्टीमेट एम. एक दो क्वेश्चन ऐसे आएंगे उसमें फिर, एंड प्लीज माइंड इट, ऐसा नहीं है कि, एंड ये स्पेशली फॉर दोज स्टूडेंट्स हु आर फ्रॉम हिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल, कि दिल पे नहीं लेना है. हिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल का मतलब ऐसा नहीं होता कि जो भी क्वेश्चन आए हिस्ट्री का वो अटेम्प्ट करना ही करना है. तुम्हारी इज्जत खराब नहीं हो जाएगी इफ यू विल लीव 1 or 2 क्वेश्चंस. सो प्लीज डोंट मेक दिस थिंग, बिकॉज माय स्टूडेंट्स टेल मी दिस, गिव मी दिस फीडबैक कि सर एग्जाम दिया, the questions were confusing, but then also I attempted because I thought ki I am a history optional student. Doesn't matter if you are there will be some questions which will be very tricky, which will be very confusing. छोड़ दो. Don't waste your time and don't mark it wrong. उसके अलावा अपना एम है 80 to 85% question of history, including your art and culture. We need to do it correctly, and that will help you to sail through or enter in the next stage of your examination, that is your mains. Okay, with this I'll end this lecture, and please follow the things which I have mentioned, and all the best for your upcoming prelims. Thank you.